Ron and Fez Show, your chance to go see Van Halen in concert, MCI Center. That's going to be Friday, June 25th, this coming Friday.
Fez told us the story. When he was a kid, he was hot for teacher. He was hot for Mike, the teacher, and made the mistake of attempting to give him a ring in the 2nd grade. And then later, Mike calls his parents in, just busted you and embarrassed you.
It was Miss Gillen.
Whatever. The point is...
He wasn't married then.
You had a weird crush on your teacher. Winner of this contest finds himself at the Van Halen show. Here's Caveman. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
Good. Quick story real quick, man.
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade, and the teacher I had a crush on was a 3rd grade teacher. Her name was Miss Duckworth.
Was she hot?
She was hot from what I can remember. Blonde hair, very attractive looking. But every day, when I finally spotted what car she had, I would put flowers on her windshield. But it got out of hand because one time I finally faced her face-to-face outside of the school about 4:30 when she finally came out. And I gave her a card, and inside the card had the lyrics to a song called I Need Love by LL Cool J.
I remember that song, I Need Love.
Yeah, it was like a real slow kind of romantic.
It was the first slow rap song ever.
And I had my boombox out there, and I wanted her to read it in front of me while I played the song. And there was one part, it was like caressing your hips or something, where she finally just got frantic, got in her car, drove off. Next day, about 9 a.m., I was in the principal's office, and I got suspended for 3 days.
All right, Kate, man, you're definitely going in the finals. That's a great story. He tried to play a little LL Cool J. I Need Love. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that that's the second time that a slow song came out as a rap song. The first one was Walking in the Rain. I saw you and him. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing tonight?
Hey, buddy, when were you hot for teacher?
I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
And we had our chorus teacher, our performing arts teacher. She was fresh out of college, about 23 years old. Used to buy her all these little trinkets and stuff, you know, bring her lunch at lunchtime and everything. And one day we were sitting around the auditorium, I found out that she smoked weed. So I ended up going back to my locker. I grabbed a bowl. We got high and ended up getting to do it with her in the high school auditorium on a piano.
Okay, thanks a lot. Here is Jerry. Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jerry.
In 9th grade, my English teacher, I had a big crush on her. And anyway, one of my friends kept egging me on. And so on Valentine's Day, I gave her a card. I went up to her, and he was with me. He said, I'll do it. Of course, he's giggling in the background. And I gave her a card, and I ended up asking her out to lunch. And first she smiled, but then she said, okay, you stepped over your boundaries, and pointed her finger at him and said, you need to stop encouraging him. And then after that, my friends and me, we prank called her for 2 months. Actually, I just listened, but they called for 2 months during the summer. And we got caught, went to court, had to do 40 hours community service, and write her an apology letter. And then the next school year, a month later, she was like standing in line behind me at lunch. And it was the most uncomfortable feeling. She's like, thank you for the note.
All right, you're going to the finals. I like anything where the prank calls turn into real legal problems.
If only she had accepted his lunch invitation.
Yeah, there's a thin line between love and hate. Jack, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Yeah, when I was in the 9th grade, I had a crush on my PE teacher who ran the after-school suspension program.
Yeah. I remember that, the after-school suspension, in-school suspension. Go ahead.
And what I used to do is, since I had a big crush on her, you know, I used to try and go out and get cards and whatnot, go to school and get in fights almost every day to try and get the in-school suspension. Now, sometimes it would backfire on me. I'd go to the principal, and back then they still did tattling in high school, get licked. For the most part, I used to get in-school suspension.
All right, yeah, so you got to wrap it up. A lot of people want to get in on this.
Okay, well, I used to sit there and give her puppy eyes and whatnot. Finally got the courage to ask her out. She told me I was way too young for her.
All right, you're going to the finals. The fact that it's so obvious to her, and you're like an idiot, and you're not lying, where I smoked a bowl with her, later did her on the piano. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just wanted to tell my story. I had a crush on my first grade teacher named Mrs. Coomer.
Yeah.
And I used to compulsively look at my dad's porn in first grade, just loved it. And all of a sudden I started seeing my teacher in this porn, like just for some reason couldn't get her face out of the magazines. And so I came clean to my mom, and she told the teacher, and next thing I knew, I had to have a sit-down with the teacher and explain everything that was going on. And it kind of just scarred me for life. I started overeating the next year, and I'm still chubby.
Sure.
All right, Fatty, you're going into the finals. Sorry that bothered you.
Why do the moms have to open up their yappers, Ronnie, and tell people that it's not an expensive ring?
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
All right. Hey, well, mine took place in college. I developed a crush on my women's studies teacher, and it kind of started out where I took it as an elective, and I was the only guy in a class with, 30 other women. And, she was very nice, and at one point we had a final assignment, and she needed all our phone numbers, she said, and I was like, oh, man, this is my in. So then
How old were you?
I had to be about 20 years old. I know this isn't as impressive as everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just, yours is an adult. You could have.
Now it's just pathetic, Tom.
No, but come on, you had to see where I was coming from. I thought she was nice.
No, at 20 you should date other adults. I don't see a problem there.
But that's why I thought it was a realistic deal.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I think she digs me.
So how did you get shot down?
Class.
Yeah, how did you get shot down?
All right, well, anyway, so for our final assignment, she wanted a contact list. She wanted everybody's phone numbers. And so on the number, after I put my name in the phone number, I just wrote after it anytime. And I never got a response.
How smooth.
Yeah, all right, thank you very much.
Anytime, Tom.
Dumb guy loses chick. Yeah, I'm not... Here's Dave from Delaware. Dave from Delaware.
Hey.
Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. I'm going to make it real quick because I know you're going through them.
Yeah.
I'm in third grade, Miss Hobson. I want to set the scenario of how studly I looked back in the day.
All right.
I've got a mustard yellow polyester suit on.
Sounds great.
Okay. I've got a light powderish blue clip-on tie with matching shirt ensemble and my Tom McCann shoes.
Nice
outfit. You digging that? Because, I'm like 8 years old, and I'm thinking the chick, she had to look like Sade, not knowing Sade then, but, that's the look I kind of dig. Because my wife's got that look now. That's the look I went after. So there was a plus in this. That's the kind of look I went for when I, decided I was going to pick a wife. Basically going to a public school with that look, all hair slicked back, comb to the one side.
All right, you look great. What happened?
It tore me up.
What happened?
The kids made fun. I'm sorry, I lost you on the signal. The kids in my class, man, they made fun of me so bad. I was so embarrassed.
All right, thank you very much. We'll just take two more. Fezzy, right now I'd give the tickets to you. I got to tell you the truth. DJ, what do you got for us, real quick?
Hey, in the second grade, me and my friend Brian, we came up with this idea that we would get into fights, so the teacher would have to break it up, and then we would go and
touch your teacher?
Yeah.
In what grade?
Like second grade.
Wow. All right, you're going into the finals. That's advanced. One more. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, in about 3 years ago when I was living in Philadelphia, my math teacher, she was actually an Eagles cheerleader. And what would happen is everyone would shoot us with their thongs and everything. And every time we'd have her help us with our math problem solution when she...
Can't get that on the air, my friend. You did very, very good until you got that word on the air. All right, Fezzy, seems pretty obvious to me, the caveman.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go caveman for the Van Halen tickets at the MCI Center on June 25th. Tickets are, of course, on sale already at all Ticketmaster outlets. You can also call 202-432-SEAT or go online at Ticketmaster.com.
I think we're going to have 4 more pair between now and Wednesday night.
Yes.
Thank you, Wonder Boy. That was really great.
We don't have to reschedule?
Yes. And can I reschedule?
We can do that as scheduled.
Thank you, Miss Bonhams.
All right, Fezzy, we had the Friday night show, which was a lot of fun. We had the engagement between Jeff and Missy. And you went out drinking with everybody.
Yeah, right after our show on Friday, I went out with the two couples, of course, Kathleen and Bri. as well as the engaged couple. And then Laszlo and Wendell joined us.
All right, so I am online about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I get an IM from Laszlo. Did Fez get home okay? And I go, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. He goes, he was pretty, hitting it pretty good. And I'm just worried. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I'd say he drank his maximum. I don't know if he's drunk, but definitely I think he could. And I'm like, why are you bringing this up to me at one? And I almost called you. And then I finally had to think to myself, if something's wrong, he'll call me. Well, what a thing to say to somebody in the middle of the night.
That's so creepy and so out of it. Laszlo was actually weirding me out that night because Laszlo would buy a round of drinks, put them on the table, and as soon as they were down, he would run up to the bar for another round. And I said, Laszlo, quit buying drinks. And he goes, it's my only time I get to go out.
But so you're saying he forced alcohol on people?
No, actually, with me, it was just the opposite. The fact that he kept buying them and wouldn't take no for an answer, I started sipping a little bit more. I could have drank a lot more, but I didn't want him to keep buying me beers.
It always kills me where we live in a society where people just can't enjoy themselves. Where you actually go to a bar, but you think, I can't drink too much. I don't know why that just bugs me. All right, so good time was had by all. Maybe Laszlo was a little buzzed. That's why he was worried about you.
Laszlo was a little wacky. He was a little manic on Friday night. And really dropping a lot of change on drinks. Yeah. Bri was buying a lot, too.
Sure, he had the $1,400 in his pocket. I understand that.
So he had an excuse. But I think everyone had a good time.
Good.
And nobody worried about me when I went out the door.
I guess on his way home, he was thinking, I can't drive. Maybe Fez can't. And then he tries to worry me in the middle of the night, like I'm your mom. And then I actually had to say, wait, he's got his cell phone. Even if he gets pulled over, I'll get a call by the time the cop comes up.
It's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Laszlo on the way out was like saying how he could walk home from there. But if I'm not messed up, please intervene then. Because, trust me, the last thing I like to do is drive. That's even when I'm sober. I'll hand anybody the keys.
All right, here's Laszlo. Laszlo, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sorry about that, Ron.
Laszlo, what are you doing, you nut?
Well, I have been up for like 2 days. You know how I work a lot.
You've always been up for 2 days. I don't know why you're not getting enough sleep.
Well, actually, I woke up like an hour ago. I went to bed at like 7. I have to work all night tonight. So, so I think it doubly hit me, the alcohol.
Sure.
And then we saw like 3 police drive by.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
they're going to get Fez.
Well, I think, I had about my limit.
Right.
And then I realized I'm bigger than everyone else.
Right.
So I thought, even I said in my IM, Ron, I don't think he was drunk, but you don't need to be in order to.
You said he drank his limit.
Yeah.
My legal blood alcohol limit.
Yes.
But I don't want to worry about anybody. I don't want anybody to say, hey, are your nieces and nephews okay? How do I know? It's in the middle of the night now.
Like I said, I've been up, so I think the alcohol.
Time to get up again.
Is that your blood alcohol level? Just reached the spot?
Well, now that I think about it, Laszlo, you kept bringing up road traps and breathalyzers, and he was passing. He had this weird thing of mints he was handing out to everybody in case they got pulled over. Here, take one of these, like they're the magic sober up pills.
Are you a paranoid person normally?
I am a very paranoid person. Every time I ever do anything wrong, though, I normally get caught. That's why.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I try not to do anything wrong. I try to not drink what's legally,
Yeah, you try to live the good life, and then you're out with Fez and his band of marauders. You're out with Bri and Kathleen. The Rubes have got fresh cash in their pocket.
And I thought it was actually kind of a late night. I didn't think we stayed out all that late. I think I got home at 1:15.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't think we did all that much partying.
Oh, no, not at all.
You kept toasting the new... Wow, this mic explodes every once in a while. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's like the gate on that is off.
Yeah, thank you.
Not to get too technical with everybody.
I really didn't, if I really wanted to know any details at all, I'll call Wendell. But every once in a while, it just pops up on me, and it's crazy. So, Laszlo, I forgot. Oh, Did the newly engaged couple have a nice time? Did they dance? Were they just the bells of the ball?
They didn't dance, but I think they had a real good time. They were very lovey-dovey with each other.
Sure, why wouldn't they be? That's
a lot of arms around each other.
There's very romantic music in the background, too.
Is that right? And people playing pool, and it couldn't look nicer.
Oh, there was some sort of rap group. It was 5 guys who were performing live there, and every line was F that S. And it went on all night long at just blaring out of the speakers.
I just got... Wendell says he thinks the gate's a little off.
Oh, good. Thank you, Wendell.
But
I was right.
Every once in a while, it sounds to me like I'm just screaming at you.
And what'll happen is that'll cut off the other mics.
Yeah, well, that's what I need to do. It's the Regis mic that just pops up. And by the way, we're going to have some folks from Avenue Q come in and do an impression of me and Kelly. All right, Laszlo, so...
Hey. Yeah, peace. I mean...
Yeah, take me off your buddy list.
I know. I'm so
because
calm down.
I need to do my own relaxation at night. All right, I've been worried to death about Wonder Boy's back cancer.
Yep.
All right, pal.
Take care, guys.
All right, and get some sleep.
You can't enjoy yourself.
No, you were going to start going out drinking with Kevin Rogers. That hasn't worked out because you can't go out on a Thursday. You're just a Friday night guy.
Yeah, I'll go out on Friday night. And he does an intern on Friday.
But you don't have to be up till 6 o'clock at night. Why would you worry about whether it's a work night or not?
It'll throw my whole next day off. I'm very regimented, Ronnie. And I get up early even when I don't have to.
If you are so regimented, why is your entire life a mess? A big mess.
It's a mess, but it's a well-coordinated and scheduled mess.
Yeah. All right. Chapin wants in on Friday nights.
Boy, that sounds dangerous.
You're not as comfortable with him as you are the other one?
Yeah.
He seems like he's a good kid, though.
Chapin seems like trouble's going to happen. Kevin Rogers seems like, all right, the worst I have to worry about is he falls off the bar stool.
You don't feel like he's going to be a scrapper like the other kid feels like a scrapper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it feels.
All
That's just my drinking instincts.
You look at him, he has the look of a troublemaker.
Yeah, I have the feeling that there's not just sitting around drinking, having some beers involved. That it's going to get ugly for no reason.
Oh, by the way, the other thing I was told by... Oh, I forget. You were holding court telling old stories again. What is it about you, 2 beers, you got to tell old stories?
Ronnie, it was the best. All my old stories were new again. I had all new people that hadn't heard my stories.
Why do you want to tell stories when you're drinking? I never understand that.
Just to keep the conversation going.
They said they couldn't fit in. They're going, we had to hear about Paul Lowe. We had to hear about the Ron and Ron show. We had to hear... And I'm going, my God, it's the same thing Rory used to tell me. Something clicks in your head when you have a couple of beers.
Well, all anyone has to do is ask, and then I'm off for the night. Then I just keep going. And I think it's also a little bit of my hearing problem. Like when I said the speakers were blaring so much.
Yeah.
As long as I'm talking and telling my stories, I don't have to be able to hear other people.
But why do you want to tell stories? Why is that fun?
I got nothing else.
You could be talking with people. You're in there, for what you're doing, you ought to be doing a night out with Fez Watley where you're just sitting there telling your old stories. I remember when I started in theater.
And the people love it.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and wrap this thing up. Short Porch, this is the last Monday we do a Short Porch. Starting next Monday, it's 7 o'clock. So thanks to Larry for switching Redskins radio with us. It helps our scheduling a lot. And we'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.